This is Susan Wilbanks with blendedinsight.com. I am a holistic and integrative healing arts practitioner, an intuitive, and an energy
bright
healer.
soul. Thank you so
In this
much for
podcast,
joining me
I
on
share
this
tips,
podcast.
tools, and suggestions that have helped me along my path in hopes of inspiring and helping you along yours. Let's get started with today's podcast topic.
We start moving into the holiday season. I know we're not there yet, but we've got just a few months left in the year. And this is a time where stuff starts to get stirred up for people, especially here in the US where we have an election year. So like I've said in previous podcasts, it just is like clockwork. We can expect for events to happen, whether planned or unplanned. People get in their emotions. They start turning on each other. And this is a time where sometimes things pop up where we thought we healed something and then here it is again. And this happens all the time, but I wanted to talk about it specifically today because it has been coming up a lot for people in the last couple of months, but particularly now. And here's the thing. A lot of times, if you've done a lot of work on yourself, like if you listen to this, you totally have, and you're in it now. And as I've said in previous podcasts, like Abraham Hicks says, you never get it done. This is continual. And our soul came here and we've chosen victims and villains and all these things through soul contracts to come here and work things out in this material plane. And this material plane where we are is where we feel. And this is where we're in this body. We have these emotions. And if you've ever experienced a deep meditation or been in that blissed out state, you know, you get some space between you and your emotions. You get some space between you and this dense form, and you're all blissed out and you don't want to come back because you're getting a taste of what you experienced before you came in. But you came in for a reason. And so we're here to do these things and work these things out. And it's uncomfortable when we're in it, and we all go through it, the dark night of the soul. So what I wanted to offer is when something comes up again, it's your soul putting it in your path to give you the opportunity to work that out in this lifetime. So it's actually a gift and everything is in perfect order. And if we don't get it this time, it comes up again and maybe it's less intense, or maybe it's a layer that we're experiencing because it's here to teach us something. It's here for us to resolve. So I can get frustrated too, especially when you think that you've repaired something, you've healed it, you've worked through it, and then you're in a new environment. It could be a new relationship, a new situation, and it pops up again, and it can be kind of frustrating where you think, my gosh, I thought I did that already, and now here it is again. And so this is a time to really pay mindful attention and bring your conscious awareness to what is going on. And again, the work of radical forgiveness, when you spot it, you got it. It's a gift that you are aware of it, because think of all of the years where you were unconscious. If you're unconscious of something, you can't change it. You can't influence it. You can't shift it because you don't know about it. And I know that sometimes when we become conscious, we think, well, shoot, now I wish I didn't know because now I can't go back and it's too late. And now I'm here and I can't pretend that I don't know because I'm supposed to know. And I understand it can be painful, especially if you're around people that have no conscious awareness. They're not on the path of awakening. They're on their perfect path and it's perfect. Whatever, we don't know what their soul chose to do this lifetime. Their soul may have came in this lifetime to only be numbed out and to repeat patterns and to create bad karma that they'll come in later to resolve. And we probably did that in previous incarnations. And we're here now where we're on the path, we're awakened, and we never get it done. And there's always something to learn. So there's humility in it, because another thing that I see a lot in the spiritual community is this spiritual ego. The spiritual ego of thinking, I'm deeper than you. I have the answers that you don't. It's all, and that's ego. That's why I call it the spiritual ego. So I get discernment, and that's different. However, we're all on this path. We're all at different levels, and we all have different experiences that we chose to live out during this lifetime. And when you spot it, you got it. So here is the challenge, or the invitation. It's not even a challenge. It's an invitation to really do the work to actually repair things as they go, doing the deep work. And one of the things over the years that has just stuck out to me, especially with my clients over the years that have been in years of therapy. Not all of that therapy works because a lot of it keeps you stuck in your head. So it just keeps you talking and you're intellectualizing everything, but you're not embodying the change. And the issues are stored in the tissues. And that's where energy healing comes, to get into those cells, to clean it out of your aura and your system. Because I remember years ago, I heard Ian Van Zet say that people are neck down dead. They're just thinking and they're not feeling. So there is a holistic approach to healing, and all things can have their place. Sometimes, if you've been doing one thing for so long and nothing else and it's not working, this could be an invitation to look at, is it still serving you? Do you need to switch to a new modality? So for me, breath work is a somatic. It is a somatic modality, so is energy healing. And so for me, those two together are really helpful because I can use my breath to breathe into every cell of my body to release things out of my aura. Same is true for exercise. Exercise pumps energy to your health rays. Your health rays expand. Anything that is on your outer aura gets pushed out. My meditation practice brings awareness to what I need to do that day. It strengthens that connection with my guidance, my higher self, with God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it, so that that pipeline is clear. And the more I use it, the bigger it gets, so that I can be in service. How may I serve today? What would you have me do today? All of those things that I ask in my meditation practice. And all of these tools help tremendously. And you might have your own tools that work for you, but the point is the tools only work if you do it. What good is it to have a library of books if you never read one single one? What good is it to have all of these resources that, now we're in information overload phase, but what good is the resources if you don't use them? And so it's dedicating yourself to, okay, I want to be in a space of allowing, but I also want to set my intention and follow my divine guidance. Because when we are trying to push through something, it's a mental thing. But when we are being in a state of allowing, where we're listening to our intuition, it is an inner nudge. It's a small, subtle voice that you get better at recognizing the more you do this work. And so, again, I wanted to say, if you're repeating it, don't get upset. Be grateful that, hey, wait a minute, I just had the awareness that I'm repeating this. So there's something here for me to learn. There's something that needs adjustment. There's a little bit more work to do on this, whatever that is, and be grateful for it. Because for me, if I'm not aware of it and I can't fix it and I'm repeating something without any awareness, that to me would be frustrating because I don't have the power to shift. But once you have the awareness, I'm grateful for that because now I have the power to bring my awareness to it and shift it. So that is all I wanted to offer today. Let's go into a healing. You can uncross your arms and focus on your breathing, and I will turn the healing on. Okay, and so it is. You can come back into your body. And I'm going to say it. If you want to learn more about breath work, you can check out Pause Breath Work in the show notes below. Also, if you're interested in Patreon, you can join our High Vibe Lightworker tribe. We have all kinds of things over there, and I'm totally open to whatever you want to see, feedback. It's just a really nice, tight-knit community, and I get to blast that group with extra healing energy every single day. Each of the members that are part of the paid platforms are in my golden healing notebook. So I look over the names every single day to send extra energy, extra prayers and support. It's really, really sweet. So if you're interested, you can click in the show notes below under the Patreon. And as always, I thank you so much and I wish you a beautiful week. Take care. Bye-bye.